All right, so we need a motion to approve the $50,000 increase to the existing 100,000 revolving loan, expanding the business operations for the new location at Webster for Simply Crates.
So moved.
We need a second.
I'll second, Tim.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay,
Jeff
it
Parker
carries.
abstains.
Who?
Jeff abstains.
Okay.
Thank you. So I'll be brief. I'm up next again, I believe.
Yeah.
As required under the SBA regulations, we're presenting our portfolio broken down by NAICS. Really, the highlight is on the second page, broken down in two categories is manufacturing. We have about 39% of our portfolio, just under 40% is our concentrated in manufacturing. I will point out we have a number of manufacturers, so that's the good news, right? They're all performing fairly well. One of our new transfers from the city, we're going to be going out to and talking to because they had some historic delinquencies, but otherwise very good. Construction's just under 10%. Professional and scientific and technical services, so those are the software developers, the IT folks, they're at 10%. Healthcare, so dentists, veterinarians, etc., is at 14%. Probably the most critical concentration is that food service restaurant piece, and that's at 8%.
Mhm.
We do know that we're getting a large payoff in that category later on this year. So we're that percentage of portfolio will reduce. And then the last category being other services, which is essentially, we have a funeral home, we have a couple other mowing service, some lawn service. It's just under 6%. So our portfolio is divided by the NAICS codes.
Who's the company having trouble that you took over from Redco?
Well, they're not having trouble necessarily, but historically there were some losses. It's a manufacturer in the city.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I guess there's no comments to that. Doesn't seem like that there's a high interest to go over the report and look at it. I mean, it's there for us to see.
I'm glad to respond to any questions. If you want to email me, that's great.
Yeah. How about the Paris report? There's no
We
action on
filed the
that?
Paris report earlier this year.
Okay.
Yes, earlier this year, yesterday. It is earlier this year, but it's really yesterday. So that's good because the financial statement was done, so the Paris report was filed.
So you reported on the Rochester Regional bond
Yep.
update a little
Yep.
bit earlier.
Yep.
The only other business that we have is that I do want to sort of pin down maybe the finance committee to work on these scheduled fees. So we can understand what recommendation we should put before the board in terms of increasing our fees, making our fees comparable with every other county that we go up against. And I think the other thing also too, we were supposed to have some type of meeting or powwow on these investments and try to find out where we're at with some of these that are sort of laying dormant in terms of doing that. I think that was a thing that was supposed to be on our radar also too. So I want to get both of those things taken care of in the next couple of months or so. So finance committee needs to sort of schedule a meeting so we can talk about the scheduling of the fees. And for investments, I don't know, I think maybe we'll try to look at that at the executive committee in order to take a look at that and see where we're at and be advised by Barry and the staff in terms of what ways we're gonna go with that. How does that sound?
That sounds good. I have one other question on the bonds. So we just approved, or whatever you want to call it, reviewed 2 bond deals. What's our responsibility there? I know we don't have any credit risk. I understand that. But what are we supposed to be evaluating? I guess I don't totally understand that anymore.
Sure. So the bonds are conduit debt obligations. So they're the borrower in this case, whether it be either ABVI or in the charter school, the Academy of Health Sciences, are directly liable for the payment of each of those debts, and MCIDC has no obligation to pay.
So those were both public, what I would call public bonds. Is that how the ultimate?
Yes,
bond
they
buyer?
were. So for the Academy Health transaction, that's a public bond. The ABVI transaction is being purchased as a tax exempt bond, well, currently held by KeyBank or Key Government Finance, their affiliate. So, but the MCIDC has no obligation to pay under either debt instrument.
Okay, so we're just reviewing whether it fits within whatever the guidelines are for bonds. And we're going to have bond counsel saying it does, right? And yourself.
Correct. Yeah. So we would make sure that it qualifies.
And we're gonna get some money for it too, Phil.
No, I got that part. That's
Yeah,
good.
That's the big deal. You know,
That is the
that's-
important part as well. But yeah, so the obviously there's usually some information about, creation of jobs and the salary of those jobs for the economic impact. And bond counsel weighs in that the project qualifies for tax exempt financing.
Gotcha. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
So our next meeting is gonna be Wednesday, June 8th. We don't know if that's gonna be Zoom or is it gonna be live. We're gonna be waiting on the governor to say so. My feelings is that seeing that she has COVID, she's possibly gonna tell us that we can go to Zoom again, I don't know. But we'll keep you informed. Is there anything else that we need to discuss before we leave? So that is a cue to get out there where Dave Brooks is at and get out there in the weather, Oh, he just seems to be enjoying that there.
Very nice.
We need a motion to adjourn.
I'll move it, Dave.
I'm quite sure you will. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Have a good afternoon, everyone.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.